Well, hello again guys, Gary here on another outdoor adventure and thanks for tuning in. Now it's been a few months since my last video and the reason for that is one, sickness through January and February which left me pretty much without drive to get out whatsoever. And then two, after such an incredible journey to Ireland over the Christmas holiday, I returned to normality and felt very dejected, to be honest. You know, these things happen. Still, it is now March 25 and you just never know what life is going to throw at you. It's just gone 6 AM, I'm on the South Downs near Beachy Head and the sun is rising over my shoulder, as you can see. Now usually at this time I will be getting ready to leave for work. However, 2 weeks ago I was given notice that I'll be losing my job on Friday the 14th of March. The reason? Company workload, or lack of it. Directors took the decision to restructure, meaning the office I've been managing for the past 2.5 years is to close. I was a little surprised, but not a total unexpected decision. Now I'm 54 3/4, relatively fit with a desire for adventure that's been with me since I was a child. In fact, since that time, I've always wanted to disappear with a pack on my back and go walkabout. If anything, my happy place is when I'm on a through hike. What's a through hike, I hear you ask? A point-to-point hike carrying the bare minimum kit to survive. Over the years I've travelled a lot. I've done a round the world solo trip, multiple road trips across Canada, America and Europe. I've raced mountain bikes. I've done the Trans-Alp, the Trans-Rockies, La Ruta in Costa Rica and a fair few through hikes. The West Highland Way, the Hebridean Way, the Cape Wrath Trail, South Downs Way, the Pembrokeshire Coastal Path, and it goes on. But for the last couple of years, a through hike called Hexatrek has been on my mind. Hexatrek is a 3,034 kilometre hiking trail in France, connecting 14 of the most beautiful national parks, with an elevation gain of 146,000 metres. I've put a link in the description below. So me being one to never miss an opportunity, I'm going to take the negative of job loss and spin it into a positive by fulfilling my childhood dream of going walkabout in France. On May the 17th, I will be boarding the Eurostar to Paris and then to Strasbourg for a night. On the 18th of May, I'll be on a train to a small town called Wissembourg, where the Hexatrek begins. I'll have plenty of time to ponder what to do on my return, and who knows what opportunity comes along on the journey. Now, the mind is still strong, the body is relatively fit, so I will give this my best shot. I have 2 months to sort myself out, prep kit and get a few 2025 wild camps under my belt, which I'm going to vlog. My objective is to vlog as best as possible the journey, given the limited kit I'm going to have, and it will be an absolute pleasure if you could join me on the journey. Right, let's get down to Birling Gap, we'll park up and we're going to crack on with this 12-mile circular walk. Let's go.
You guys said ginger, no, I'm not here.
Morning. How you doing? Right, so we're at Birling Gap. This is where we're going to kick off from. Let's have a little look at the view here first. And this is always a classic, iconic view. Oh, it's a bit slippery here. There we go. How about that? Now it is possible to walk this when the tide's going out. Definitely not when the tide's coming in, because the tide comes right up and bangs against the cliffs, which let's just say I had a little experience of that a few years ago, which was a bit silly, but I'll never do that again. But yeah, definitely when the tide's going out, not coming in. There's the view the other way. So that's looking west. That's obviously looking east-ish. All the sun's coming up around there. So these cliffs are always caving in, and it's just gradually creeping back and back. So it's a lovely day. It's a bit fresh, but I'm sure we'll soon warm up. Right, Went Hill. We've got a few ups and downs to do here through the Seven Sisters. Squeeze through here. Oh my god. Oh, only just. So by the time I start the Hexatrek, I'll need to finish through, fit through that quite easily. I'll need to lose a little bit, but there's going to be plenty of time on the trail, so it's not the end of the world. Oh, look at that. Nice to be down here early when there's no one around. This gets pretty busy during the day. Quite a popular walk. You can see why. Got the place to myself. The Sarston Stone, presented by Viscount Gage of Firle, was erected by the Society of Sussex Downsmen in appreciation of the generosity of William Charles Campbell Esquire, to whose munificent donation to the Seven Sisters Preservation Fund was largely due to the purchase of, what's that say, Crow Link Valley for the use and enjoyment of the nation, 1926. Excellent. Morning.
Hello,
How you doing, all right? What a place to camp.
Yeah.
Lovely. How were the stars last night?
A little bit, not that star, it's a bit cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not
You got a fly? Do you have a fly sheet?
How is that?
You got a fly sheet? Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the stars like?
Oh, it's perfect.
I can imagine.
The moon, wow.
Yeah, it was a full moon last night, wasn't it? Yeah,
Full moon, I
incredible.
never say, yeah,
So all this here, this is Cookmere Haven. You've got the River Cookmere. You've got round the corner, you've got Seaford, New Haven, then Brighton. Just inland, you've got Lewis. Right, let's crack on that way, and we're going to head inland a little bit now, down to Seven Sisters Country Park, and then through a little wooded area, and then back round to Eastbourne. Right, so we're just coming down to Seven Sisters Country Park, the visitor centre, where there's a cafe here, there's toilets, there's parking. I don't think this is National Trust here, and so I think you've got to pay for parking here. I'll see in a minute. Maybe it is. I don't know, I looked online, I couldn't see any mention of National Trust. Shall I get a coffee? It's tempting, although I've got coffee in my bag, but I can't be bothered to get all the bloody cooker out yet. Not till we make the Beachy Head burger. And let's see, right, we've got to cross the road, which is a fairly dangerous high-speed road. And then let's see, what's the time? It is just on 9 o'clock now. Taking a little longer than I thought, because messing around with the drone, I nearly lost the drone a couple of times with signal loss, but thank God for the DJI Mini Pro 4 and its return to home feature. Although I walked on miles, well not miles, I walked on about a kilometre from where the home point was, so I just had to override it and luckily managed to bring it back to where I was. Yeah, the signal don't seem to be that great on that controller. Right, so we're just climbing out of the visitor centre. We're heading over to Westdean and then on to Jevington. That's quite a good one. When I was in the Scouts many years ago, back in the 80s, I used to do all this stuff. I think it was a campsite in East Grinstead, like a Scout campsite, and we made a bivouac like that. And I remember it would have been in the summer, because I remember all green ferns, and I remember waking up in the morning and I'd rolled out of it like underneath, and my head was outside in all the ferns. Covered in the early morning dew, but good memories. I think coming up here there's a load of steps. I've done the Beachy Head Marathon a number of years ago, and you start at the end of the promenade in Eastbourne, and there's a massive climb in front of you. And right up the top at the start, there was a guy playing the bagpipes, and as soon as you go out the starting gate, you've got this massive climb to run up, and you're absolutely knackered by the time you get to the top of it. But when you get around to here, I think this must have been on about 18 miles, something like that. I think you have to run up these stairs, and the same guy with the bagpipes was here, which good memories. I took the wrong turn slightly, so I've just backtracked a bit, but this is the steps I was talking about. So on the Beachy Head Marathon, I think there was a feed station down here somewhere as well, so you get a drink and that, and then you've got to run up this lot. It's definitely better now than when I did the marathon. It's heavy on the old knees. Right, let's have a look at the old map. There's some funny old names in the UK. So this little area down through here is called Charleston Bottom. And just down there somewhere is a long barrow, which is an ancient Neolithic burial ground. I don't know whether it's been ploughed over or it's down there, but I haven't really got time to go down and check it out, but maybe another time. But lots of ancient history down here. Charleston Bottom, there you go. So we're back on the South Downs Way now. So the South Downs Way actually splits, and you can go along the cliffs like the Seven Sisters, or you can cut through the back here. So this way you can cycle the front over the cliffs. You're not meant to ride your bike over there, I do believe, but I've seen plenty of people riding that way. Right, we're down at the little village of Jevington now. Right, we're getting somewhere now. So right over the back there, that's where the visitor centre is, right down on the River Cook now. And then we've cut all through the woods. We come out, I don't know if you can see up there, we've walked all down this path all the way around. Right, we've got about a mile to the Beachy Head Burger, and then another 3 miles back to Birling Gap. There's a good view. So Eastbourne, Pevensey Bay, and then Hastings a bit further round. Right, we made it to Beachy Head, so that means the Beachy Head Burger. But we're going to make a coffee first. Oh wow, we've got Spitfire going overhead. Look. That's the Spitfire. Awesome. go guys, the Beachy Head burger. Could have done with some ketchup, but right guys, I hope you enjoyed that. There's a little selection of what's on offer hiking wise around Seven Sisters Country Park and the South Downs Way out the back of Eastbourne. As you can see, it's a cracking area. So yeah, all in all, I walked just over 15 miles. But yeah, and I feel fine, to be honest, so all good really. My back was twinging a bit in the last couple of weeks, but I had acupuncture yesterday, and does definitely seem to have helped it, eased it off a bit, so which is great, so well chuffed with that. Right, getting back to what we was talking about first thing this morning, the Hexatrek. So I've got 2 months to sort myself out, just tweak my fitness, lose a bit of weight, sort my gear out, sort some stuff out at home, and then off I go. First thing I need to do is get a visa for a long stay in France. Because at the minute you can only stay 90 days in France maximum. So anything longer than that, you need to get I think the next one up is 180 days long stay visa. So I've done all the applications online. Next is you have to go for an interview, which I've got this week coming. So I will do a little video about that. Fingers crossed, hopefully that all goes well. And I think it's about a week to find out if you've got your visa. So I think I comply with everything. So hopefully it will be all right. And that's it really. Everything else is sorted. Next thing is just to be patient and wait till May the 17th. I'm going to concentrate on driving. I'm going to stop and get a drink somewhere because I am parched, as you can imagine. Right, so get out there, enjoy yourselves, enjoy the countryside, leave no trace. Peace out.